the society, the community, to do more in revegetation of the earth, to try to cover the surface of the earth with vegetation, to reduce the effects of erosion and that kind of thing. And basically, people are encouraged to do more of tree planting and do more of the indigenous trees. Why? Why indigenous trees? Because the indigenous tree species are better adapted to the local climate, and they provide a better mitigation measure because of what they can offer. You will realize that most of the indigenous tree species are fodder. They are also umbrella shaped. They can also support bee production, apiary production. They support quite a lot of other livelihood options that come with them. Now, the government of Uganda is doing this through a number of policies, or a number of agendas. You realize that with the climate change policy, the government is trying to ensure that people are engaging in practices that will support or help them in mitigation, either mitigation or adaptation to the climate variabilities that are going on. And so indigenous tree species come in handy, and that is where we find the ficus as one of them. So naturally, this is an effort that people are making, but also the government is giving a hand. In other agenda, the Vision 2040 is also encouraging this kind of thing. Of course, the National Environment Management Policy, which came in a long time ago, came in especially to guide the community into revegetating Mother Earth, because if you realize earlier, the land was entirely covered with forest. Most of our land was covered with forest, natural indigenous forest. But this has all been cut down to give the people the livelihood that they desire. So in order to revitalize the vegetation that we need, there are all these policies that have come into play. And I noticed that government itself is standing out. You realize that Ministry of Water in itself is providing seedlings to the community for free to ensure that more and more members of the community participate in tree planting. Plant trees and take care of the trees, ensure they mature and are able to provide the ecosystem services that are required. NGOs are also doing a lot to support the local community, and in so doing, they provide seedlings for the local people. They provide whatever support that they can get, but also local government has its own tree nursery, where we emphasize the generation of indigenous tree species. When we generate these seedlings, at the onset of the rain season, we invite the community and we give them seedlings free of charge, so that we can notice a change in the vegetation, because the trend shows that a lot of land has been converted from forest land to either bare land and to agriculture. And so in trying to encourage people to plant trees along the boundary, on their residential plots, commercial plots, along the roads, in their gardens, by this encouragement, we are trying to re-establish the vegetation in the municipality.